Hello everybody and welcome back to the Pittsburgh Steam Station. I'm your host, Miss Unger.
And I'm Miss Blake.
And we are so excited that you've joined us for another exciting episode.
Miss Unger, one thing that I'm really interested in learning about is outer space.
Well, Miss Blake, you're in luck. Today we have an exciting space theme challenge from Mrs. Reynolds.
Hi boys and girls, this is Mrs. Reynolds, also known as STEM Knot, welcoming you back to another edition of the Pittsburgh Steam Station. Today we're going to be talking all about NASA Glove Box. As you can tell, I really like to talk about space. So one of the things that the astronauts have to do when they're on the space station is they work in a glove box, and that's how they can do their testing. They do that so they don't contaminate the tests that they're running. So this is a picture of astronaut Peggy Whitson, and you can see her hands inside the glove box, and she's working on one of her experiments. So today, you're going to make your own glove box. So here are the materials that you need to go find, and then come back when you have them. You need a box, in a decent sized box, like maybe a paper box. You don't have to have the lid, but if you do have one, I can show you another cool thing you can do with it. You need rubber gloves, duct tape, plastic wrap, a knife and scissors, and you probably need your mom and dad to help you with this. And you need whatever you want to test inside your glove box. So I'll see you in just a second when you come back with all of your materials. Hi boys and girls, welcome back, and I hope you're ready to build. All right, so here's my box, and I just used a paper box for mine. And as you can see, I took a marker and I drew 2 holes on the outside of the box. And the reason I did that is because we're gonna cut those out, and that is where we're gonna put our arms through and our gloves in our glove box. Now, I went ahead and already cut out, to save time, the other side. Now, for you to do this, you're going to need your mom and dad to help you. And you're probably going to use some kind of knife, or you can use like a blade or something like that, because you have to go all the way through the cardboard. But you're going to end up with your holes, and we're just going to work with the one pair for today. Now, like I mentioned earlier, if you don't have a box lid, that's okay. If you do, I'm going to come back on in just a second and show you a really cool thing you can do with your lid. All right, now the next thing you want to decide is if you are going to be doing any kind of experiments in your box that might use water. And so to do that, you're going to want to take some strips of duct tape, and you're going to want to line your entire box. So I'm just going to take my roll of duct tape right here, and I'm going to cut a strip, and you can actually measure it across the top of the box to get the direction, and then just cut it, and we're going to put it in the box. Now, again, to save time, I already did line the entire box with the duct tape so that you could see what it would look like. And you want to try to get it smooth down, and you want to make sure you get in all the corners so that if you are using water and it would spill, it wouldn't get inside your box. All right, now we have our armholes cut out, and we have the inside of the box taped. Now what we need to do is to attach our gloves. So I have a pair of rubber gloves right here, and you want to make sure that when you have your box facing you, you can put it on its side, but you want to make sure that the glove that would go on your left hand, so you may want to try it on to check, is going to be the one going in the left hole. And then you want to do the same thing with the right glove. So we're going to just drop our glove in, and you can see I have it not all the way in, just almost to the end, but enough that I'm going to tape the outside of the glove. So I'm going to lay my glove down, and I'm going to grab some of my duct tape now, and I'm just going to tape the glove all the way around the hole. Check this piece here, and I'm going to put one more here. I'll show you in just a second. And I'm snipping the tape just so that it lays flat, and I'll show you. And you can see my box, and it's taped. And you can make it nicer if you want to do that, but I have the tape all the way around the outside. So So now I'm going to do the same thing with the other box. The other glove, I'm putting it in, and I'm going to get my tape. I'm going to tape that down and make my clips. All right, so I now have both of my gloves inside my box, and you can see that I have both of them taped outside. So you can actually put your hand in and test it out. Now, when you do this at home with your parents, you can also go ahead and cut out, oops, my watch got stuck here. You can also go ahead and cut out the other side because you're gonna have two pairs of gloves, because when you're working as an astronaut, you're gonna be working as a pair. And so some of the little projects that you're gonna wanna have in your box, you might wanna have two people trying to do something. All right, now before we close up our box, you have to get some objects to put inside your box. So I'm just gonna put a Tupperware container, and I have some blocks, like these Kiva blocks, so I can build something. And I do have a cup of water. I can put that in there, and one of the projects could be to pour water into your Tupperware and try to seal it, or have one person pour the water and have the other person try to seal it. I'm not gonna put the water in right now so that it doesn't spill, because I wanna be able to show you the top of the box. All right, so I have my objects inside my box. And if you don't have a lid, this is where you're gonna use some plastic wrap and you're gonna cover your box. So we're gonna take our plastic wrap and we're gonna go all the way across our box. I'm gonna peel that off right now. I'm gonna put one piece on here on the top. I'm gonna take another piece of my tape and I'm gonna tape the corner of the saran wrap that I just put down on both sides. And I have it like this. So now we're gonna take another piece to close off the top. This piece on, and again we're going to use some tape and seal off the side. And then I do have some tape I can put to pull the middle tight. So I'm going to put one more piece on the side here to pull the middle tight. All right, so as you can see now, I have my lid on my box and I have my holes and I'm all closed up. All right, so the last thing we want to do is stick our hands in our hole and see, I'm trying to show you if you can maneuver. So you're gonna wanna try to get both hands in there and see if you can do any kind of projects or pouring or building. Anything that you think would be fun to test, you can do that. Now, I also wanna remind you that if you did have a lid, the other option you can do is not use the saran wrap. And I used my lid at home and I cut out the top and left a frame around it. And then I just taped some transparency sheets inside my lid. You can also use plastic wrap to do it this way, but that way the box lid just goes on, off very easily, and you're able to put materials in and take them out. But if you don't have a lid, I wanted to show you an option of how you can do this. So I hope you have fun. I hope you can create another pair of working gloves on the other side, and you can do this with a brother or sister or your mom and dad, and maybe try out doing some teamwork objects and doing some projects just like the astronauts do on the International Space Station. I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this fun NASA glove box activity. Bye.
Wow, I learned a lot. And do you know, this really makes me want to learn more about outer space. Wow. Well, everybody, I hope you had a wonderful time with us here at the Pittsburgh Steam Station. We look forward to seeing you makers to the next Steam Station episode. Bye!